Okay, Ike, this is the last two pieces of your shelf frame for the bench. We're gonna start cutting on it. Put a little oil on it, keep it cool. Okay, grandson, I'm getting ready to make some plates for your wheels that are going to be on the bottom of your bench. These are steel wheels. They're going to hold really good. And I've already made one plate and ground that plate down, but I'm going to show you how that's done. I've got one of these plates cut, but it's real rough and jagged, edgy, and it's real sharp on the corners. So I'm going to show you how the grinder works. Get our gloves on so we don't get cut. And then that way we can hold the steel without hurting our hands. Okay, and then we'll start this up. We'll just make some real rough cut grinds real quick. That takes the edge, sharp edge off. Another reason why you wear the gloves is that metal gets hot because of the friction, because of that wheel on the steel here. Now we're going to take the sharp edges off the corner by rounding it. And then we're going to take, there's a little bit of a burr right there. Turn it over. There you go. Now it's all nice and smooth, and it's ready to be cleaned up and painted. And then we're going to mount those wheels on there like that by putting bolt holes through there, and we're going to weld a piece of steel. It's going to go up inside the leg, and then you'll run a bolt through there to hold your wheel kit on the bottom of the bench. Pretty cool, huh? We're going to drill 4 holes, 2 in each one of these side pieces. So here we go. Okay, we've got those drilled. Now, on the back side, when you drill down through, you always end up with these little burrs. Those are going to have to be filed off and cleaned up. So I'm going to show you how that's done here. I've already done most of the other ones. There's 4 more holes on the legs, and these 4 holes that we just drilled in the side piece of the steel need to be cleaned up. So I'll show you how to do that as well. Okay, my grandson, remember I told you about the burrs on the back side of these? When you drill down through this way, it pops out through like this, and it causes these little metal burrs, and they're real sharp, and you have to get them off of there before we are able to paint the legs and paint your bench. So this is a flat file, and you just set it down there like that. You go across like this, and it takes those burrs right off the top, so they're no longer on there. Okay, but then what it does is it causes some burrs to kind of fall back down in there. So you use this round rasp file. You just go like this, and all it does is just knock those little pieces off, and then it cleans up that hole nice. We'll do it one more time with a very close, even closer. I'm going to see if that maybe will work. Here's those burrs again, and so we take those burrs off. This is the holes that we put on your legs to hold the bottom shelf, and we'll turn that over and just do that little rasp thing through there. That takes those little burrs off on the inside. Got pretty much everything drilled now. All the holes in your legs, not your legs, you know, the legs you run around on, but the legs for your bench. Here's your legs for your bench, all 4 of them. They're all drilled and cleaned up, ready to go. What we have to do now, we're going to have to clean them real good, get all the oil and everything off of them so that we can paint them. We're going to paint them blue. Probably a Ford blue, since you're a Ford man like your dad. Anyway, that's going to be good for that. And these are the two side pieces for the top bench frame. Got those cleaned, and we're going to also, these will be painted blue. So we'll set them over here like
This
that.
is your bins that are going to be on the back side of the bench. This frame that you see right here is going to be welded together, and then those two bolt holes there and these two bolt holes on this side here will fasten to the back end of the bench and then be vertical. This side over here, since it's blank right now, but it'll have a pegboard on it so that you can hang your tools. And then when this is vertical, this whole shelf, this whole rack of bins, you can put your nuts and bolts and little things in there, that parts that come from anything that you might tear apart. And what we got over here also, your wheel kit we're putting together now. These are steel caster wheels. They turn 360 degrees, and they'll be fastened through a steel plate, bolted from through here into the steel plate, and then that'll have a welded piece that will go inside the bottom of the leg. What we have over here is the table so far. I've got the legs clamped on it, ready for welding the outside frame. What you're seeing here is a vise. It's a 3-inch vise. It's got its own anvil area on the back side, so you can flatten out anything and bend stuff. And it's a vise that can turn 360 degrees. It's all made out of cast iron. It's a really nice little vise, and that'll mount on the top corner. The table's upside down right now. These are the legs coming up through here, see? And as you can see on the legs, we've got the holes drilled. This hole right here will be for your shelf, and this one up here will mount your wheels. And so far, that's what we've got. Back out here a little bit so you can see the table. And the bench is 36 inches long by 17 inches deep and 24 inches high.